Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coin Lady channel. Whatever the outcome of the SEC's investigation, the headline from Block remains unchanged. I'll be waiting for you when you get back. The victory belongs to Ripple. For a long time, XRP was a slam dunk for cynics in the crypto community. Before Gary Gensler, when compared to crypto's 101 market caps, Gensler is the crueler de vil. The SEC has arrived to investigate the Kraken, Genesis, and Gemini. In the past month, Gensler has sued Degenerate-in-Chief Justin Sun and prosecuted LBRY over Sun's Tron and BitTorrent products. Now he's casting for the biggest fish by threatening to prosecute Coinbase, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the United States, for trading in unregistered securities. While the SEC has issued over 80 enforcement proceedings against crypto businesses since 2017, with 30 of those occurring in 2018, there is one instance that stands head and shoulders above the rest. Against the Ripple of the SEC, despite the fact that Ripple was once considered the punchline by many in the crypto industry. The SEC action, win or lose, seems to have sparked a complete about-face in how crypto purists perceive the company's prospects in the long run. All it took was admitting that we are all in this together, and putting aside your petty tribal punk antics long enough to realize that no currency is truly secure. It's probably in grave danger, in fact. But all too well took us of not just this lawsuit, but also everything going, and all the taxation and staking and exchanges, now all that, and people were like, I think this is kind of awful. How about what we've been meaning to say about it for over 2 years in the XRP community? Mean girl. Okay, Ganser is convinced that peace must include him. No crypto-specific securities legislation are required. There have been around 80 charges filed against cryptocurrency firms, and many of them include obvious fraud or other questionable business practices. Those actions deserve praise. But quietly all the while in the background, Ripple has been supporting a full-scale legal defense against the US securities regulator since before Ginsburg's time. Contrary to the norm of cryptocurrency startups paying their SEC fines, it has openly said that it will not settle. Some have argued that Ripple Labs pre-mined 80% of the total XRP supply, making it a centralized currency with no decentralized benefits. There are many who would take philosophical offense. XRP is the coin of the bankers, designed to shore up the traditional financial system that Bitcoin so brilliantly designed to dismantle. There are so many things about this that I adore. If XRP is the banker's coin, then Bitcoin must also be a banker's coin, right? I can't get over how beautifully this analogy works. Strike CEO and co-founder Jack Mallers is utilizing Bitcoin in the same way that Ripple is using XRP, as a bridge currency to aid the traditional banking system. So, a few Bitcoin enthusiasts favor, let me add anything like. Historically, many Bitcoin enthusiasts, especially toxic maxi ones, have referred to XRP as the banker's coin. However, I no longer encounter such claims as regularly, if at all. This is due to the inherent stupidity of their entire opposition. You can do whatever the hell you want with any decentralized coin. Ripple was using XRP, but any decentralized coin would work as long as it could be integrated into the appropriate technology stack. Now Jack Mallers of Strike is employing it for his own purposes, and it's the same old slop. But even though they've started with a less capable technology stack, Bitcoin and the Lightning Network, they are still trying to accomplish the same thing that Ripple did. They showed the first demo like 8 years ago doing it something like that. And then there's the entire pre-mine thing, with all the XRP being created at once, and the idea of it being centralized when there's no control over it. These Bitcoin maxi trolls who spend their days sleeping next to skip fires in the cold consider pre-mining to be the initial sin of cryptocurrency, and so cannot be mined. It's so pointless now because all Bitcoin will be mined in the end, when all Bitcoins have been released into circulation. Overall, XRP can now be found in the wild. You sticks of idiots, no one gives a damn how it got out into the wild. This whole thing is a bunch of baloney, obviously. Also, I'll point you that Ripple didn't give itself 80% of the XRP supply. Ripple was given XRP by its creators, which is a different claim. The truth doesn't matter, even if the facts do. So, taking into account all of that, and there are many other factors to consider, it is important to take into account the ones that were already mentioned. Isn't it fascinating to see how seriously they've taken the SEC's accusations that they feel threatened? What did it take for people to start supporting Ripple and XRP who otherwise wouldn't have bothered until they were attacked? Oh, right, well, maybe we should all stick together. In any case, I appreciate your attendance. It's been like pulling teeth to keep the peace for along, but I'm delighted they finally seem to be getting it. But if crypto experts were to sift through their rivals in search of new allies, Ripple and Golan House would likely come out on top. Executives at Ripple Labs have not exactly tried to bridge the gap between Ripple and the rest of the cryptocurrency community, despite co-founder Chris Larson's $5 million Change the Code, Not the Climate campaign, launched with Greenpeace last year. That's so funny in part because it's not even Ripple. Chris Larson is the one who is personally investing $5 million to promote this, and he does so because he believes passionately in the climate change rhetoric he's spreading. Larson also has good reasons for his stance on Bitcoin. You need not take a stance on the climate change debate or the future implications of Bitcoin. In any case, the point is that it wasn't Ripple, but they tried to blame it on Ripple because, on the surface, Ripple seems horrible to a lot of people, especially in the Bitcoin world. The Peace campaign is still going strong, but at this point it has more irritation value than actual influence. Even ironically, the campaign's end of the world mascot was embraced by Bitcoiners. Despite the ongoing conflict with the SEC, Ripple maintains that business is booming. There is a clear trend towards greater interest from institutions in using its Bitcoin-powered payment rail. Although it doesn't matter much, Ripple has started disclosing quarterly earnings in the billions of dollars from the sale of XRP off exchange for usage on the Ripple net, despite spending nearly as much to repurchase the currency on public markets. Consistently, XRP has been among the most valuable blockchain initiatives. There is a certain Lindy effect that comes with surviving in the crypto space for nearly a decade. This much is certain. What's intriguing isn't that Ripple is generally accepted as being take into account a triumph despite its critics. Who thinks Ripple was successful is a fascinating question now. Gary Gensler, the main antagonist of the Kryptonian series, was instrumental in establishing the project's credibility among the skeptical crypto community. Also, I'd like to mention that Ryan Sulkis is the man behind Masari. I've been critical of Ripple in the past for various reasons, but I'm more aligned with them than I've ever been, he tweeted on March 21. The XRP SEC case is overreaching, but Ripple should prevail. Since there is a market for digital currency transactions all around the world, the XRP ledger should be given a chance to compete. True enough. Someone who has hated XRP up until this point. He'd spout liberal lies, Sprit Roman II style, as if he weren't joking. He would repeatedly make claims that were demonstrably false in order to advance his story. And that's exactly what happened. But now, after being opposed to it for so long, he sees that it's just decentralized software and accepts it. After all, it's only code. You may do whatever you want with it, but it looks like this swift kick in the behind has finally gotten through to him. For someone even remotely similar to him, what has all this crap led to? I can't believe some of the things he said. I apologize, but this is so welcome after how absurd everything has been in the past. He really has it in for XRP holders, you know. And I have mentioned this on several occasions. It's me, Ryan Sulkis. This was before I made my YouTube channel public, so naturally no one recognized me. However, I did not interact with the guy, I never do, in a topic dedicated to XRP. But then I clicked on a reaction to what he had said, and it turned out that the respondent was disputing something that Ryan Sulkis had said about XRP. When I tried to hit like on whatever it was, he blocked me and, it seems, everyone other who tried to do the same thing. So I said, all right, shut your eyes. Moreover, I have zero background in cryptography. What a pleasant surprise, hello. To be honest, I disagree with his assessment of XRP. I have a lot to learn about cryptography. In retrospect, I realized that I was wrong to think the way I did. But that's what makes it humorous in retrospect. He finally sees things my way after all these years, and he's a major player in the crypto community. That's a good thing to hear. I'm not one to dwell on the past, but I feel it's important for you to know about this because of how significant it is. I've never seen anything like this before. It's as bad as if hell had frozen over. I never expected something like this to occur. Until recently, I had the impression that his only culinary preference was room temperature cottage cheese, but it turns out he has a wider palate than I gave him credit for. That is something I only learned very lately. We're still at peace. Once upon a time, it was believed that a crypto business was doomed if its tokens were classified as securities. After all, if the SEC is aware that the project is centralized, there must be something seriously wrong with it. The agency's recent focus on interest-bearing cryptocurrency accounts, Kraken's staking as a service, and Coinbase's proposed lending product have paved the ground for Ripple's redemption arc. This must be the better option, right? Trying to divide things up is a ridiculous idea, but I grasp the general gist of it. Due to the lack of a redemptive arc, no necessary progression from whatever to redemption, rebellion, or anything else bad, all right. Enjoy the hell out of messing up. When it comes to Ripple and the XRP community, everyone else has it all wrong. There are some inaccuracies in the redemption arc, but I understand where they're going with the transit piece. Although the SEC action has the potential to completely demolish Ripple, it may have permanently safeguarded Ripple's reputation. If Ripple succeeds, it will have vanquished crypto heavyweight Goliath. If the company lost such a huge fine, it could theoretically go out of business. It's quite improbable, though, given its present revenue stream. Don't forget to mention that less time spent. Garland, when asked if Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse had publicly addressed the issue, House responded, "Yeah, we've got $1 billion in the bank. So, theoretically, it's feasible, but I'm simply gonna think they'll be big and be fine." If this trend persists, it's possible that, win, lose, or jury trial, the only meaningful change for Ripple is that the crypto industry's magnetic poles have shifted. A once hostile industry has come around and recognizes XRP legitimacy. That's all due to the SEC. You can't wax lyrical about the truth. The SEC's attack was, therefore, the pinnacle. And then there were all these people who were acting really unreasonable, irrationally, and for ideological reasons. All that had happened was for them to develop a sense of imminent danger. Then they are interested in learning more about XRP and how it operates. That's decentralized. Cool, we'll find out more about it later. Okay, then. So be it, I'm glad for you. That makes me really delighted. I hope I'm not coming out as glum here. For this, you have my gratitude. Even after half a decade of dealing with this nonsense, I had to laugh at it. Yet some folks remain nothing but haters. Everyone didn't just suddenly change their minds. However, many did. Even Ryan Seleucus, if you ask me, fits that description. Even take a look at what he has said. And then, after saying my apologies, here we are. Some people are just plain deceived by your bogus narratives and then they go for it. But even that has gone a long way, I'd be ready to guess, in terms of flipping some of the brains that had these incorrect views. Yes, there is some of that, and you can count on my undying sympathy for matters of that nature. However, I have no patience for those who choose to ignore this issue and would rather they just get on with their lives. Just do it. Being an XRP holder has certain advantages, though. The XRP currency will remain stable. That's not going away anytime soon. Its usefulness just seems to grow over time. As time goes on, more and more people will join the crypto community. Exactly what do you believe that portends for Bryce? That is why I'm glad to be here at this time, and I will be as patient as is required to see things through. As for me, I don't offer financial advice. Nothing I say should influence your buying or selling decisions. Right, please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.